It's interesting that you invoke 9/11 and then lockdowns as these two defining exogenous events in your life that really changed your world. And I would very much say the same. Like anyone that lived through these two things, if they didn't change your world, you must be living in a hole somewhere.
You have to be. I mean, the and again with 9/11, like I don't know that I definitely didn't appreciate it in the moment, but looking back, you can see how completely different things were after that. I mean, I think that people thought that, like, after COVID, people thought that there was going to be that 9/11 getting together thing, like, oh, we're all in it together, and that turned out that was complete bullshit, because the whole way they went about it was entirely about drawing people further apart.
Right.
And so of course that was never going to happen. And that was just a piece that I remember from the sort of the start of it. There were these moments where you, like, you know, there were things that were interesting because you're now all on the computer, and you know, you got a lot of time to yourself, assuming that you weren't deemed essential. You know, my sister is a nurse, and my brother-in-law, who's also a nurse, they were working the whole time. But then also, like, they were treated like pariahs.
Right.
So, like,
they were working the whole time. They probably
they were
got
the
COVID.
They were the only
OG
two
generation.
people that I would see pretty frequently, other than my wife. And it's like, they were also the two people who, like, if you were to read the internet, are like, oh, you should stay away from them. And it's like, well, what the fuck else?
And then we fired them if they refused to get vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it just, again, it just, to me, House on Fire as a book is for me, it's an emotional record of a time period.
Yeah.
And there's the sci-fi sort of the plot element of it, but my hope with it, and this is what I think is a thing that comics can express in a way that a novel can't or a film can't, is that because you sit there and you're holding it and you're reading it, and because it's pictures, but there's not a lot, like, you can put a lot of yourself into it as well. Like, you the reader is piecing together what happens from panel to panel, and there's a lot of interplay there. So my hope with it, and why it's not an overly wordy book, even, you know, in spite of the fact that I also don't like writing a lot of words, is that people can reflect upon their own experiences from the past few years and hopefully be able to reassess what went on.